A merry Dwayne Johnson to you. These weeks seem to roll by quite quick now. Don't know what's going on there. I'm sure you will have seen my spoils for the past 7 days after I did my little unboxing. Lovely, lovely first edition Cliff Jumper, who I've still got to film a review for. I'm pretty sure I will. I did of course say that this is it's more fun to say it that way, has asked me to, but then as I said, I was thinking I'd be getting a Takara one when I said I would do it, and there's so many reviews of this guy, but I'll do it anyway just because he helped me to it. So there will be a nice close look at this guy, even though there must be hundreds more on the internet you can go and look for, but it'll be me, so it'll be special because I'll put my own spin on things and probably just spend really long time talking about how I like the way his legs fold up. Stupid things like that. Yeah, that's my plastic goodness for this week. It's everything I need. And I'm really hoping that it'll last me quite a while because I can't really afford to get any more. Despite the fact that Prime figures are now sort of, I suppose they're in mainstream retail in the UK now. Quite a few Sainsbury's have got them. I think some Asda's have got them as well. But of course, my Sainsbury's, which is probably a good thing because it's stopping me from spending any money, has got the Transformers shelf literally, I think it's been over the past week, they've just been rammed full of Dark of the Moon deluxes. So I'm not going to be getting any Prime figures till they shift all that stuff, because apparently the batch numbers or something for boxes of Prime figures are the same as the Dark of the Moon ones, so they don't order any in until what they think should be on the shelves has gone. So it's going to take a while, considering they're all at full price. If they were like half price, no, what am I saying, quarter price, I would probably pick up a Barricade and Sideswipe just to clear the shelves. I don't really want them. I'm not that bothered. I certainly won't pay full price for them, but I'm sort of starting to think that a new Barricade might be nice. I know he doesn't really look that good once you get past his waist, and another Sideswipe can never really hurt, even if it is horrible colours. But I'm just sort of hoping maybe, you know, there'll be this effect where, of course, he should be shiny but he isn't, but it won't matter once you've got it in your hand. I don't know. Why am I talking about Dark of the Moon figures anyway? That's so 2011. So, today's Saturday. Decided to film it on a Saturday just because I've got things to do tomorrow, which will be Sunday, which will be when you're watching this, which is more confusing. Time travel. I went into town with one of my mates. We were going to go to Forbidden Planet. We had a look in there. He picked up his comics. The man who runs the shop knew his name, which I thought, oh, wish I could have service like that. But then when I go to my comic shop, the guy does know my name because he's my dad. But yeah, Forbidden Planet was nice. It didn't really have anything that took my fancy. Their Transformers shelf was just all Dark of the Moon Wave 1 deluxes and an Arc. And there was a Cybertronian Cliff Jumper chucked in there, which I just thought, no, it's a Generations figure. I don't want it though, because I've got Bumblebee. I can't be asked. There was a really nice selection of Marvel figures in there though. Loads of Marvel Universe stuff. They got the new Marvel Legends, but the ones I didn't want. There's no Thor, there's no Ghost Rider. So I walked out of there empty-handed, but I didn't mind because it would have been spending money, which I don't really have. So from there, we walked through the pouring rain. Oh God, the weather's awful. Now it's brightened up. Now I'm sat in here doing a video. God's sake. My jeans are on the radiator because I got so wet. No, I'm not sitting here in my pants. I've got another pair on. And here we get to the main reason as to why we actually went into town. Forbidden Planet was a bit of a sidetrack just to kill time. You may have seen me mention on Twitter, if you're one of like the 3 people who pay attention to what I put on Twitter, that there was going to be a lightsaber fight flash mob in the shopping centre in Bristol. I watched a video of it a couple of years ago. It looked absolutely epic, just hundreds of people just suddenly flick out lightsabers from nowhere and just go at it in the middle of this shopping centre while everyone around is just like... So we went there. I went there with my elegant weapon for a more civilised age, which you'll notice is meant to be Qui-Gon's lightsaber, but it's red. So it was the only one I could really get. Bit annoying, but I didn't want to have to pay like 20 quid for a silly light up, makes all the noises, movie accurate one when the blade doesn't go all the way in the thing. So we got there and we were standing around waiting for the whistle to be blown when we could start beating each other over the head with essentially plastic truncheons. But we decided to go up onto the upper level to get a good view and see how many people there were down there, because we were sort of thinking, with the weather being like it was, it might be a bit of a no-show and no one would turn up. There were loads of people there, maybe not quite as much as the last one they did, judging by that video, but there were quite a few. So we saw everyone starting to go at it and we raced down the stairs and literally we got off the escalator, flicked out our lightsabers, and the guy blew the whistle and it was over. Disappointment. I am disappointed. Oh, God. I was looking forward to actually having a legitimate excuse to wave around a lightsaber in public. I mean, I did that the day I bought it with my mates, but they sort of frowned at me. I was gonna have a proper fight with one of my mates in the middle of a shopping centre with hundreds of other people. There was an old guy there, and there was this like 6-year-old kid dressed up as Yoda, which I thought his parents must have sort of had a hand in that, because no 6-year-old wants to be Yoda, but he was the right height. It's just so disappointing. We just got there and just, oh, it's meant to last 5 minutes from 2 o'clock. It barely lasted 2. It was, I don't understand why it was over so quickly. It wasn't much of a flash mob either, because people must have been able to tell something was about to happen when the security guards all stood round this car that was like being showed off down there, and sort of just all these men in high-vis jackets come out of the woodwork and stand around to make sure that no one starts clubbing innocent bystanders. So after we did that, rather dejectedly, we went for a little jaunt about town, and I got shown to another comic shop which was called, I think, Excelsior, which has to be the best name for a comic shop I've ever seen. Apart from, of course, Comics and Sci-Fi World. That's the best comic shop in the world ever. You know it, you'll know it, even though none of you would have seen it. 14 Marketplace Margate. Opening times 11 till 5:30. Excuse me. But we went in there and I managed to pick up the second issue of More Than Meets the Eye, which must have come out like this week, which is quite good. Feel a bit bad buying it because my dad would have got it and sent it to me. But this way I thought it would save him some money, even though with the way he buys in comics it's a sort of fixed thing. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen now, but anyway, it's another retail incentive cover. I really, really, really enjoyed this issue. I think this is just going to get better and better. The characterisation is what I think I like the most. James Roberts is so good at just giving you a really well-rounded sort of look at everyone. All of the characters get enough lines for you to instantly know exactly what they're like, and no one's focused on too much. It's like the focus shifts regularly enough. You get to look at all aspects of how everyone feels in the story and everything. I think Swerve is going to end up being everyone's favourite character. I think he's becoming my favourite character in it. I don't know what it is. I think I've read somewhere that someone compared him to the Doctor. I think I can see a bit of David Tennant, Doctor Who, in his character. I like that. It makes him sort of fun and, yeah, very quotable. I'd definitely buy a Generation Swerve if they made one next year. I mean, I'm reading it and it's like the way these sort of modern sort of, I don't really know the way to describe it. Shows like Doctor Who, or I don't know, maybe, I've never seen Lost, but maybe like that. These sort of modern sci-fi drama TV shows are written, maybe a bit like Heroes as well. Shows like that, it's how this seems to be written. It's done really well. It flows so well, and you just sort of can't wait to the next one, because there are like little threads of mysteries just all the way through that you think, oh, what happened there? What's the deal with this? So I say definitely roll on number 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I want them all now. I want to read. Just keep reading it. Ah. If it wasn't so hard for me to get to a comic shop, I honestly would want one of these out every week. So that's your lot for this week. I think I can sort of stop waffling to you now about comics and trivial things I've been doing today. Roll on next week when I've got no idea what I'll be talking about, because I've got nothing coming and I don't think I should be buying anything. But you know me, I'll waste money if I have to.